Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Destiny and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we're going to go ahead and start working with the custom user model in Django. And we want to create a custom user model because we would want to add a functionality that allows a user to log into our platform or our website using their email and not the password. So if you want to see more videos like this, do make sure to drop a like, consider subscribing as it will really mean the world to me. And if you want to get the templates, check out the link in the description below. They should help you get the template. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is make sure that my server is running, and I'm going to run python manage.py run server. Now, while the server is running, I'm going to come over to port 8000. And as you can see, this is what we have over here now. So I think we should be logged out. So right now, if I come over to /admin, as you can see, we are not logged into the admin. So I want to be able to log into the admin using my Gmail or any email that I have provided instead of my username Destiny, because that's what you'd notice on most popular websites like Amazon or Netflix. If you want to log in, they don't ask for your username and password. What they ask for is for your email and password. So we want to create the exact same functionality as that. Now what I'm going to do is open up my Visual Studio Code, and hopefully that shouldn't take much time before it opens up. Now this is it. I'm going to go ahead and maximize this, and what I want to do is create a new app, and that one we're going to call it user authentication. So I told you guys from the other video that we're going to be working with apps, and we're going to create different apps that's going to manage different sections of our platform. So right now, for user authentication related things, we're going to be doing all those in an app that's going to be called user auth. So you want to say python manage.py start app, and you're going to call it user auth, auths. I'm going to maximize this a bit so you see everything on one line. Now hit enter on your keyboard, and this should go ahead and create an app for you. Now what do you notice? Automatically we have a new app here, user auth. So the first thing that you should do is open up your settings.py and install this app. So over here I'm just gonna say .user auth. So that's the name of the app. Now we need to open up the app user auth, come over to the model, then we need to write some custom model in here that's going to help us extend the default user model and make it and add more functionalities that we want into it. Okay, so but before I go ahead and start doing this, I want to make sure that my server is running, so I'll show you guys everything that's going on. Now I'm going to come over to python manage.py run server, and as you can see, it's running on port 8000. Now I'm going to log in using my username and my password. Take a close look. You can see that this time we are not logging in using any email, just username and password. Now if I go ahead and hit login, what do you notice? I get logged in. And now if I open this up, this is the user model that we've got. Okay, so this is the one that we're trying to extend. By default, Django gives us this user model, and it gives us all this over here. But by default, Django uses this username field as the login field. But we don't want that. We want to create our own. So in order to extend this user model and change out some things that you want there, for example, let's say, okay, as you can see in the personal info, all we've got over here is just first name, last name, and email address. So let's say you want to add up some more fields over here like bio, profile picture, and country, mobile number. Then you're going to be doing this by creating a custom user model. Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing now. Now you want to import abstract user from Django. Make sure I'm down here. Then I'm going to say from Django.contrib.auth. Then I think that should be .models. I want to go ahead and import abstract base, not abstract base, but just abstract user. So abstract user is the one that's going to help us extend the custom user model. Okay, now all you need to do is come over here and say class. Then it's highly recommended that you call this user. You call it whatever you want because it's a model name, but it's highly recommended that you call this user. And in here, instead of passing the models.model, now if you are new to Django, you might be like, okay, why did I pass in the models.model? It's pretty much like the inheritance. It's inheriting from this model over here. But I don't want to show you guys this right now because I still have a separate video that's going to talk about all this. But instead of passing in this default models.model, what I want to pass in is this abstract user, which is going to tell Django, hey Django, what we're trying to do now is extend the user model over here. As simple as that. Now what you could go ahead and do is add up more fields that we want in here. Whatever field that we want to add is totally up to us. Now the first one that I'm going to add is email. Take note, we already have an email, but I just want to add this email, so I'm only able to grab it from the front end and do some really cool things with it when we start working with authentication and all that. So I'm going to say email should be equal to models.email field. So you might be like, okay, can I call this email field anything? No, you can't. It should be email field. Okay, so there are other fields like char field. So there is models.char field. This one is for adding up things like titles. So let's say in a blog there's going to be a title and there's going to be a description. If you're adding a title, it should come into the char field. If you're adding a description, it should come into a field that's called text field. Okay, so text field takes in longer characters, while char field takes in, this could take longer characters though, but it's highly recommended that whenever you want to go with shorter characters, you should use char field. So there's a whole lot of fields and we're going to be experimenting on all that in this video, but for now I want to stick with email. And I'm going to say models.email field. This email field is simply in this model field and everything should be written this way or you're going to have an error. So when this is done, take notes, this email function takes in some parameters and it could take in, let's say unique should be true. And what that means is that we don't want to have two users have the same email in our database. Let's say we already have a user with an email desphixs@gmail.com. We don't want to have another user with the same email desphixs@gmail.com because that's going to cause an issue. And also we could go ahead and pass in null should be equal to false. And this means that email must always be provided. But if you don't pass that in by default, it's going to be required. Now another thing that I'm going to pass in is the username. I'm going to say this one should be models.char_field. As you can see now, we use another one that's called char field, and all char field takes in this argument that's called max length. So all char field must have a max length attribute in it, and you can leave that at 100. I think that shouldn't cause any problem. And now coming to the more interesting part, I'm gonna say username field should be equal to, and username field this time around should be equal to email. And what does this mean? This simply means that instead of using this username field over here to log in, what we simply want to do is change it to email. Okay, so what they're going to require is your email and not your username. As simple as that. And that's why I pasted this email over here, so I'm going to be able to grab it directly from here. As simple as that. Now another thing that we're going to need to pass in is the required fields. So for required fields, this one takes in a list. As you can see, it's suggested that I will do it over there, but just type out required field, and in here you want to pass in the username. So if I don't create this required field, then we're going to have an error whenever we want to run the Python manage.py create super user, because by default super user would always need the 4 fields, which are username, password confirmation, and email. But if you don't pass in this username over here, let's say you didn't pass it in, then all that's going to be provided is only 3 fields: email, password 1, and password 2. So there's going to be an error. That's why we want to pass in the username, because we also want to put in a username when we are creating a super user. Okay, as simple as that, we are pretty much done. And I'm just going to define a string representation of this model over here. That one is quite easy. You don't even really have to stress about it. I'm going to show you guys. We're going to be doing this a whole lot of time in this tutorial, and you're definitely going to understand what's going on. But let me explain. So define __ self __ str, self.str. You can also call it that. Now I simply return self.username. As you all know, this is a function, and every function must return something. Even if you don't want to return self.username, as I said in the earlier videos, you could go ahead and return none, just like this. If it's something like JavaScript, you could return null, but we are working with Django now, so you could return none. But instead of returning none, what I want to return is the self.username. So this self is pretty much this parameter that I passed in here. Let's say what I passed in here was bananas, like this. That means what I simply want to do over here is bananas.username, and this username is just this username that we'll have over here. Okay, as simple as that. Now when that's done, I'm just going to change this back to self so we don't break anything, and I think that should be pretty much it. Now I'm going to go ahead and we could run make migrations and migrate, but I think there is a problem over here. It says this blah 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 thing, add the related name to user or group. Okay, this error is pretty much coming from the settings.py, and that's because we need to add one thing that's going to differentiate the newly user that we created, and that's going to be auth_user_model, and hopefully that's it. And auth_user.model is simply gonna try getting the part where the newly created user model is sitting. And where is it sitting? It's sitting in an app that's called user auth, right? then it's sitting in a file that's called models.py. But just like I said earlier, you don't need to add the py because Python or Django would already recognize, okay, since you said user auth, there is an app called user auth, and you said models, then they automatically also get the py for you, this one over here, but you don't need to add it now. So I think this error should be satisfied, but there is one more problem. Let's go ahead and run the server and see if that problem is gone. Okay, it says auth user model refers to model user auth.models that hasn't been installed. Okay, this is the problem that I want to show you guys. Now we need to get where the user model is sitting, and in this models, what is it called? In this models, it's called user, right? So this is the one that we are looking for. Directly, you could go ahead and change this models over here to user. So it's sitting in user auth. In this user auth over here, there is a class called user. So in your project, I wouldn't recommend you creating another class and for any reason calling it user, because we already have one, or you're going to break something and run into an error that's going to get you running around like a headless chicken and looking for the error. Okay, so when that's done, I think that's pretty much it. Let's see what's going on over here. So it says dependency on app migration, blah 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 blah. Now what I'm going to do is just run python manage.py make migration. So make migration is coming from you remember the comments that we had from before, and I'm just gonna scroll all the way back and hopefully we still get those comments. Remember those comments that we had when we want to create, when we're okay, we don't have those commands any longer, when we're trying to create new applications and all that, that says something like when we're a Django admin, that showed us things like start app, run server, migration and all that. So that's where this command make migration is coming from. Now, why do we run make migration? Whenever you mess around with your model, whenever you play around with your model, you change the field. Let's say I change this username to user, then you want to come over here and run make migrations again. So it's going to commit this new change over here to the database, as simple as that. So right now, when you make migration, you also want to migrate. So it will finally push everything that you've done to the database. But why do you think this error is coming? Now, there might be some other ways to fix this error, but one of the ways that I figured out to fix this error is to do something that's a little bit tricky. I don't know if that's the official way of fixing the error, but it does it for me. Just come over to your installed app in settings.py and comment this out. And also come over to your urls.py and comment the admin site URL out. As simple as that. Now try running migrate again. What do you notice? It applies the migrate now. Now I'm gonna go ahead and uncomment them. So when you comment that out, it allows you to run the migrate. Then make sure you uncomment this again. Now I'm gonna come over here and run python manage.py create super user. Okay, so I create super user. Now it asks for my email instead of the username firstly. So I'm gonna say desphixs@gmail.com. But there's gonna be a problem because okay, maybe desphixs@gmail.com doesn't exist yet. Now it's asking for a username. I'm gonna say Destiny. It's asking for a password. I'm gonna say Testing321, and I'm gonna say Testing321. Okay, so as you can see, it successfully created a super user. Now we could go ahead and run the server. Then, to your greatest surprise, what do you think is gonna happen if we come over here and get rid of this? Hola, what do you notice? It's asking for the email and the password this time around, no longer the username and the password. So now we could go ahead and log in with the desphixs@gmail.com and the password is Testing321 and hit login. Now what do you notice? I think there is a little bit of issue over here. I'm just gonna come over here and come over to the admin. Okay, that's pretty much it. As you can see, it's working perfectly well. If we even go ahead and log out again, just to show you guys that there was no problem, I could come back here and try logging in with my email and my password. Then I'm going to log in. What do you notice? That's working perfectly well. I think that's going to round it up for this tutorial, and you can go ahead and play around with this. Remember I was telling you guys about adding fields. Now actually it's nice that I encountered this problem. Now how about I want to see all the users that I've got in my database? How do I get it? Because I can't find the user thing that I clicked on earlier in this place. Now in order to get that back, what you need to do is install this app in your admin.py. So I'm gonna say from user auths. So from user auths.models, I want to import user. Simple as that, but I think there is a problem. This should be .models. I want to import user, and I want to say from import_export.admin, I want to import that's called import export model admin. But for now, I'm gonna get rid of this because if I start talking about that now, you should get a little bit confused. I'm gonna show you guys what that does later. But for now, just say admin.site dot register, and we're simply gonna register the user. Okay, so when that's done, all we need to do is come over here and refresh. Now what do you notice? The user shows up. So if we click on the user, what do you see here? It shows Destiny. So we have Destiny as our user. Now to even explain what this does again, what this does over here, if I change this username to email, hopefully you already have a gist of what's going to happen. Now this over here is going to change to my email. So remember, I called it changing the string representation of objects in this model. Okay, so over here now, what it's going to display the user as is their email, and you could play around with this. It's just that we don't have much fields over here. You could go ahead and do whatever you want, but I'm going to change this back to username, and I want to add one more field over here to show you that you can add fields as the way you want. I'm going to add a bio field, and I'm going to say models dot char field. We could leave it at char field, and I think that should be it. Now you remember what I told you guys earlier, that all you need to do is, okay, I remember char field takes in max underscore length attributes. Hopefully you got that before me. Remember what I told you guys, that whenever you mess around with your model, that you want to go ahead and run python manage.py. What did I say it is? Make migration. And what was the saying? Yes, provide a null, just hit 1 and that's gonna get satisfied, and I'm gonna migrate. Okay, so run your server once more, and your server is running. Come over here, refresh. I'm gonna open this up, and now if you go down, what do you notice? We now have a new field over here that's called bio. So I could just say bio is something like I'm a motivated full stack developer, just like that, and hit enter. So as you can see, that gets saved. But there is one thing that I want to show you guys, then we're gonna go ahead and round up this video. What if I want to show like a tabular representation of everything that we've got for Destiny? Like I want to show their name over here, I want to show their email over here, and I want to show their bio, because I don't want to keep entering here to see their email and the bio. Imagine we have like 5,000 users and having to enter into each and every one of them to see their email. That's going to be a problem. Now what do we do for that? We need to configure that in the admin. All we need to do is just come over here, and we need to create a new class, and we're going to call this one user admin. Take note, you can call this whatever you want, user bananas, that's totally up to you. Now over here, I'm just going to say admin dot model admin dot model admin. Let's see. Okay, there is a problem over here. Get rid of the slash and everything should start working now. So admin.model admin is something that you definitely want to add, because it's coming from here. It's coming from this admin, so you want to make sure that you add admin.model admin, or if you don't want to do that, you can import the model admin directly and just pass it in. But stick along with what I'm doing so you don't have much errors. Okay, so when you've done this, now you want to use a command that's called list underscore display, and list underscore display usually takes in the list. Now the first thing that I want to pass in is the username. So we want to show up their username over here, right? We want to show up their email somewhere here, so you're going to go ahead and pass in the email in the middle. Then finally we want to show their bio, right? So when you've done all this, make sure your server is running. As you can see from over here, I'm taking a close look at that. And now when I refresh, as you can see, this is not working. What's the problem? So the problem is because we will need to go ahead and also pass in the user admin alongside the user model. Simple as that. Come over here and refresh. Okay, what do you notice? That's it. Everything is working perfectly well. So as you can see, we've got the username, we've got the email, and we've got the bio. I think that's going to round it up for this video. Do make sure to drop a like, consider subscribing. Hopefully you enjoyed the video and learned how to extend the default costume user model and add whatever functionality you want. It's totally up to you. And do make sure to drop a like, consider subscribing. That's really mean the world to me. If you want to get the templates, check out the link in the description. They should help you get the template and the source code. And until the next video that we're going to go ahead and start working with, let's see, with the user register system. Mad love. Peace out.